face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, gonna leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. So if you check Jewel drug bust photos, you'll see us in Mexico on a drug bust with some Mexican federales back in 1994. These pictures got in High Times magazine. And this is where we wrote the song down in Bahia de San Luis Gonzaga. Just type in Jewel drug bust photos, you'll see us. And we wrote that down there. So it came time to do the second verse, and Jewel was like, write another verse, and I was like, all right. I called my mom, but she was out for a while. Consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken, people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. 'Cause it was happy, I was sad, yeah. It made me miss you, oh so bad. 'Cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see, Big Meadow, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. It was at this point in the song Jewel said, should we write a bridge? And I said, yeah, we're in the key of C, let's go to the A minor 7th and see what happens. So here's the bridge. I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh yeah. Now we got to live at Neil Young's ranch and make this record. When we recorded this, it was me on guitar with the Stray Gators, and the producer was Ben Keith, who was the pedal steel player in Neil Young's band Stray Gators. So we got to live at Neil Young's ranch, and he had his own private chef. And every morning before the sessions, the chef couldn't believe how much food I could eat, because I'm skinny. And he was like, I've never seen anybody eat this much. And so he started weighing me before breakfast, and then after breakfast. And we'd go into the studio and he'd go, that was a 4.5 pounder. How are you gonna play guitar? But I'm like a hummingbird and I just keep moving. So the song ends up becoming this huge hit song, and we get to play Woodstock 99. So recently there's this Netflix documentary called Trainwreck, Woodstock 99. I'm in part 2 at the beginning if you want to check it out. And what happened was, everybody was really pissed off. They weren't like High Sierra Music Festival festivarians, no. These were some angry, Limp Bizkit-y people. And there was like a aura of violence going on. And so we came out in front of 500,000 people. You can see it on the documentary. I'm not wearing a shirt and I got a cowboy hat on. Jewel singing, there's like a 300-foot dildo in the crowd. Shit's getting kind of wild. We went on right after Elvis Costello, and he said to Jewel, Jewel, be careful out there. They're throwing stuff at me. So we were the second to last act of the day. If you want a more technical term, we were the penultimate act. The band on after us was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now the only reason I'm telling you this is because they redid this song to make a single out of it, and they had me go back in to the studio with a bass player named Flea. So Flea did the bass part on it, and he's a great bass player, so we were hanging out. So when I saw him at Woodstock, we started singing the song. But in the documentary, you'll see me backstage, and the announcer and the voiceover of the documentary goes, everybody was getting very restless. Backstage, the rock stars were getting free tennis shoes. And then it cuts to me, and they're throwing me a pair of Converse All-Stars, and I catch them, and I look all young, my hair's all short, and this is my big line in the film. I didn't know there were cameras on me. I go, you guys are cool for hooking us up, man. I swear to you, that's what I said. Wasn't my best work. I have not gotten more shit in my life. I've gotten at least 650 texts from friends, filming it on their iPhones, going, you guys are cool for hooking us up, man. Translating it to German, somebody even got printed shirts out in Canada. They came to my show and gave them to everybody, and they says, you guys are cool for hooking us up. Steve Poltz, Woodstock 99. The craziest thing is backstage before it went on, they fed us this pad thai. And I was eating it, and Jewel was eating it, and Jewel ate the pad thai, and she looks at me and she goes, don't you think pad thai smells kind of like butthole? And then I was like, it does kind of smell like butthole a little bit. She goes, I know, but I like it. And I go, I do too, let's eat more. And we ate a little bit more of that butthole, and then we went out to play our show. So we're playing it, and all these Limp Bizkit dudes that had been rioting, all these fans, we played You Were Meant For Me, and it was calming the savage beast. Everybody was singing the chorus, dreams last so long. These two Limp Bizkit guys were in the front row, and they were like, dreams last so long. These fans, and then they sang really close, just like two men would sing close that love each other. And then they kissed each other. This was like pre-open gay stuff, right? And they started swirling their tongues around. And Jewel looked at it and so did I, and I go, this is awesome. And then one of the Limp Bizkit guys goes to the other guy, you taste like pad thai. I can't make this shit up. So then, we get off stage and I smoked a joint of this old weed I found on our tour bus. And we had fog hats, old tour buses. Remember the band Foghat? I found this fog hat weed that was petrified from the 70s. And I smoked it, and it must have had angel dust in it, because I came off stage and the Chili Peppers were getting ready to go on stage. And check this out, Flea played Woodstock 99 totally naked. He did not even have a sock over his wiener. Well, you can see it in the documentary, his wiener's just flipping all around. And by the way, he should not be named Flea. So I was talking to him before he goes on, and Flea sees me and he goes, hey Steve, how'd you like that bass part I played? And I was so high on that Foghat weed, all I could do was look down at his wiener, and Jewel had her arm on me, and Jewel whispered, quit looking down. And I was like, but I can't. Look. And you know how there's a hole at the end of the wiener where the pee comes out? It's called a urethra. And this is biology class now. We've just shifted gears. So there's a hole there. It's called a urethra. Well, Flea's urethra started talking to me, and it freaked me out.
Did you really like the bass part I played? You're crazy, but I like you, and you got a dart in your neck.
I don't even know if that movie was out yet, but that's what it said to me. So I started crying, so we left. And then the riots started. And Jewel goes to me, I'm going to sleep. And I went out to a bar, and this is where it even gets weirder. So I'm in this bar, and this girl's singing on stage. And she breaks into You Were Meant For Me. And I was still high on the Foghat weed. And she's nailing it. And there's 300 people in the bar singing along. And she's like, dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I started crying. I know you love me, and soon I know you will see. But then she makes a mistake here, because she goes, you were made for me, and I was made for you. And I was in the back, and I go, meant. And then she goes, what? And I go, it's meant. were meant for me, not you were made for me. And she goes, no, it's not. But you were made for me. And I go, I'm pretty sure I know the words. And then the whole audience looks back at me and they go, she's right. And you were made for me. And then the bouncer came up and goes, excuse me, sir, you're going to have to leave. And as they threw me out and I was walking out the door, I said, I'll probably see you assholes in 20 years storming the Capitol. Can I get a hallelujah? I brushed my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. This is the greatest show I've ever played. Take a book up and I turn the sheets down. I take a drink and a good look around. Put on my PJs and I hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think anymore tonight. Let me hear you guys. Dreams last. Dreams last so long. Even after you're gone.
Even after you're gone.
These guys even come out here. I know you love me and soon. Alex, come back out here. You were meant for me. Bring Scotty. Get on that mic. Dreams last so long, even after you're gone. I know you love me. I know. Louder.
You love me.
And soon I know you will see. Come on.
There for me.
You jerks. I hate you. Yeah, you were made. I mean, man. I was made meant for you.